This is the Wikipedia page for rulers, Part 2. You're listening to the podcast where we read Wikipedia articles every day and provide commentary. If you like what you hear, please subscribe and consider donating at patreon.com/WikiListenPodcast so we can continue to create this show. You can find us on social media at WikiListen and at WikiListen.com. Welcome to WikiListen. I'm Rachel Teichman, LMSW, and this is Victor Varnado, KSN.
Hello, everybody.
Ruler applications in geometry. In geometry, a ruler without any marks on it, a straight edge, may be used only for drawing straight lines between points. A straight edge is also used to help draw accurate graphs and tables. A ruler and compass construction refers to the constructions used using an unmarked ruler and a compass. It is possible to bisect an angle into two equal parts with a ruler and compass. It can be proved, though, that it is impossible to divide an angle into three equal parts using only a compass and straight edge, the problem of angle trisection. However, should two marks be allowed on the ruler, the problem becomes solvable. History. In the history of measurement, many distance units have been used which were based on human body parts, such as the cubit, hand, and foot, and these units varied in length by era and location. In the late 18th century, the metric system came into use and has been adopted to varying degrees in almost all countries in the world. The oldest preserved measuring rod is a copper alloy bar that dates from 2650 BCE and was found by the German Assyriologist Eckhard Unger while excavating at Nippur. Rulers made of ivory were in use by the Indus Valley Civilization period prior to 1500 BCE. Excavations at Lothal, 2400 BCE, have yielded one such ruler calibrated to about 1/16 of an inch, 1.6 millimeters. Ian Whitelaw holds that the Mohenjo-Daro ruler is divided into units corresponding to 1.32 inches, 33.5 millimeters, and these are marked out in decimal subdivisions with amazing accuracy to within 0.005 inches, 0.13 millimeters. Ancient bricks found throughout the region have dimensions that correspond to these units. Anton Ulrich invented the folding ruler in 1851. Frank Hunt later made the flexible ruler in 1902. Curved and flexible rulers. The equivalent of a ruler for drawing or reproducing a smooth curve where it takes the form of a rigid template is known as a French curve. A flexible device that can be bent to the desired shape is known as a flat spline, or in its more modern incarnation, a flexible curve. Historically, a flexible lead rule used by masons that could be bent to the curves of a molding was known as a lesbian rule.
You got all excited.
I was not expecting it.
Please continue.
Philosophy. Ludwig Wittgenstein famously used rulers as an example in his discussion of language games in the Philosophical Investigations. He pointed out that the standard meter bar in Paris was the criterion against which all other rules were determined to be 1 meter long, but that there was no analytical way to demonstrate that the standard meter bar itself was 1 meter long. It could be asserted as 1 meter as part of a language game. That's it. That's rulers.
That's the end of the rulers?
That's the end of the rulers.
What was the lesbian ruler thing again?
Yeah, I'm looking at that again. Okay, so historically, a flexible lead rule used by masons that could be bent to the curves of a molding was known as a lesbian rule.
Oh, that's really interesting because most of the lesbians I know are inflexible.
Same.
That
was the most pleasant surprise that I could have expected in this.
Yeah, that's a lot of information about rulers that I
I'm
didn't
fascinated.
know. As am I.
Well, thanks for listening to Rules.
Rulers, you mean? Thanks for listening to Rulers.
I feel like you can use the word rule and ruler interchangeably.
No. What?
That's my takeaway.
No.
But it says a ruler, sometimes called a rule or a line gauge.
I guess you could use them interchangeably, technically, but I don't think that anybody accepts language that way right now. Like that's not, what is it? Colloquial.
It is now. Because after all, lesbians rule. This has been part 2 of 2 of Rulers. Thanks for listening to WikiListen. To support the show, go to patreon.com/WikiListenPodcast and find us on social media at WikiListen and at WikiListen.com.